going to be introducing what I promised earlier in my New Year's, a new way of showing off deck profiles on this channel. I'm going to go over a card by card deck profile, then we're going to have 3 matches to guys so you can enjoy what the deck can do. So with the showcase near the end. So without further ado, remember guys, this is a new simulator. This is a fan made. This will not cost you a dime to gain access to this once it's fully released. It is still in the beta phase, so we are close to release though, so hopefully that's going to be really good. But we have a good understanding that the WIP is that there is no access that they're going to be using for this game. You have to install them yourself. That is on you if you put it in here. If not, they're all blank cards normally. So without further ado, let's get into the video, shall we? So let's get into the card by card of this deck, shall we? So a lot of people have different ways of building it. There are plenty of different ways. The main ones that we need to focus on are, first off, Blue Meramon, because of the draw 2, trash 2, and the inheritable when a card is played by a Digimon effect, gain a memory. And you have like Anubismon is the main go-to. So when this thing is milling you 3 cards from your hand to play reduced cost. So what you do to be a jerk is you play Mervamon, because Mervamon spits out bodies. And because it's not a once per turn skill on when a Digimon is played, you get to draw 2 cards instantaneously because you combo Merva. Merva plays 2 things. So you're drawing cards to replace what you discard. So you're never really losing out on complete value. If not, you're removing a threat off board. So you're killing things off, benefit. You don't gain the drawback, but because you don't really care as much because you're building a wide board, it happens. So major things you need to realize is you combo off and gain so much memory, because with an Ignitmon plus Mervamon, this thing comes in for such a reduced cost. It's not even funny. Sometimes this is just enough to bring you back to 0 after you Digivolved up. And if you can get back to 0, you are now playing on your turn, and then you just spit out like Saberdramon that has Raid Retaliate just go into your opponent, and your opponent's just going to have a bad time. They're playing on a back foot once this deck starts steamrolling. Anything that is key that I need to realize on this is that this deck, if it bricks, it bricks. It just sometimes can't combo off. It's missing pieces. That's why we are forced to play 4 memory boosts and 4 wisdom trainings. There's no reason not to be playing them, but you want to be playing these because this deck revolves around its pieces so much. So, and then having like Soulmon just so that we get some protection skills and buffs to our Digimon is huge, because Soulmon will at least make our other Digimon with Retail bigger so they can swing in more comfortably. You know, Ogremon's here for, you know, when a card is trashed, gain a memory, since we're going to be trashing a bunch anyway. Larbomon, same thing. We have Leviamon in here for threats that we need to deal with. So Leviamon comes in and just wrecks house, being able to pop whatever it wants. You know, that is really scary. And then when it deletes something, your opponent, you know, we gain a memory for each. So huge things to keep in consideration. And then like Pumblewhack is in here for the annoying Gazimons or anything that's going to stop us from playing the game. But also, once we don't need them, we can just trash them to draw cards. So really solid all around general build. And I think this is one of the better decks going into Nats. So we do have some game profiles, but, you know, really the champion line is kind of just set in stone. The ultimates are really the only ones you can really play with, and that's Lady. I think the only cards you might want to consider are the Lady Devies. So you have this Lady Devi that's going to be trashing 3 cards from your when Digivolving, and then when you play a card from trash, gain a memory. So it's the same thing as Blue Mara. I've been testing Cerberusmon X Antibody. I figure this one's probably going to be what comes in. And then we do also have this Lady Devi. When you use an option, we're only going to gain it from the trainings and the memory boost. There's very rarely we're going to gain it from here, but Lady Devi is an option in itself. But all in all, I think that's really the only changes I would make is the 2 Cerberusmon X Antibodies gets taken out for a Lady Devi of one of these 2 sorts. So guys, let's get into the match, shall we? Let's get into this matches. Let's see. We got a good, solid hand, actually. Larbomons, 2 Larbomons, Ogremon, Training, and Leviamon. So we have a good answer board. Hatch Tsunemon, we're going to Digivolve into Labramon to draw, and then Wisdom Trainings just to grab us a Blue Mara. Now our hand's actually quite nutty here. They hatch Sunmon, and then they're going into Lunamon, then play Sayo and Co. Now, we have actually a pretty solid hand. We only need a few more pieces. We're just going to dig a little bit deeper. Purple Memboos. We're going to grab the Saber just because the Raid's going to come in handy later. Now, they're going to promote up. They don't have anything to bounce, so their combo is going to be really weak here. So they Digivolve into Lycusmon to just dig a little deeper, grab only one target, which hurts them a lot. Then they Digivolve into Crestmon. So now we have a good solid. We only need a couple pieces. We're going to pop this training to then Digivolve into Ogre for free. And then we're going to Digivolve into Blue Mara to draw a bunch of cards, hopefully get rid of Pummel Whack here and Mervamon, get them in the trash. And now we got the whole combo. We are now threatening a very scary board state here. We're going to pop the Mem Boost here to go right into Anubis to then just gain us some decent tempo. We're going to toss the Sabers and the Ignitemon to go grab the Merva to spit out and Digicross with Mervamon. So now this is going to reduce the cost, and then we're going to gain everything to go back to 0. So we're going to spit out some Sabermons out here just to really back them up into a corner. So double Sabers. Now we have the whole board state. So without any protections, they're really a bad matchup here for us to be facing against them. They're going to be really on a back foot here. We'll play Psychmon down just so that they have no real answer to clear our board unless they have Crimson Flame. So they hatch Sunmon, go into Apollo, and then slam down their Flaremon. So popping our Psychmon, but we just have Lethal on board. Doesn't matter. We're going to be able to just swing in. So, but we're going to just spit out more things, and they just concede there. So, not bad for our first match. Now, let's get into match 2. This one is not a bad hand. We actually have the full line here. We have a lot of potential. This is a keepable hand. This fact that we have Anubis, Ogre, Blue Mara, Gazi, and Ignite. That is exactly what you want to have in a solid, good opening hand. So we're going to keep the hand here. We're going to then... They're going to hatch Sune, go into Larva themselves, and then they go into Dobermon, X-Antibody. So we hatch. So it's a mirror match. We're going to Digivolve Ignitemon here because gaining the memory inheritable is very vital here, and we can just Digivolve into Ogremon here, set up, and then we're going to just play Wisdom Training down. And there we go. Full Wombo. We got Mervamon. So we're going to be very scary. They're going to Digivolve into Blue Mara themselves, draw, and then discard. We're going to not be very nice to them. They use Pummel Whack as well, so they're going to draw a card. We just got even better cards. So we're going to pop the training to go into Blue Mara for 1 cost and draw 2, discard 2. So we're going to discard the Saber and Merva because that's actually vitally what we want to do. We draw a card from the Sune skill, and then we're going to go into Anubis because we're going to get rid of the Mervamon, putting the Blue Maramon, so putting them on the back foot. We're going to toss the Pummel Whack, Merva, and Leviamon. So we're going to play Merva, tuck Merva for a cross. So this will definitely hurt them. We're going to draw a card here, gain a memory, gain a memory. So as long as you gain some decent memory footing, that's really solid. So we're going to just get 1 Saber, which is fine. We'll just get 1 card off here, but our stacks are now quite beautiful. We can build up good stacks from here. They hatch and get an Ignitemon in the raising, which isn't terrible. We'll have to see where this goes from here. They're going to Digivolve into Soulmon and then play a training themselves. But right now we're in a good spot anyway. So we're going to hatch Sune. We're going to swing in, if I remember correctly. Nah, we're going to go for the Gazi play. Like, there's a couple plays you can do, but we're going to Digivolve on raising Gazi. So we're going to swing in because we don't mind losing out on board state. And then swing in again. We're all pretty set up here. We're going to then Digivolve, if I think. Nah, we're just going to go for the trash play. So we're going to trash Ogre, if I remember, Larva, Dobermon only. And then we're going to grab the Dobermon X-Antibody, if I remember correctly, so that we can give retail. We're going to gain a bunch of memory, draw a card. Then we're going to go for a few other combo plays here. But giving retail so we have another blocker up, gain memory, we're at 4. Now we can use Blue Mara and then do another Anubismon play. So we're going to draw, discard 2 cards because they don't matter at this point. We have a loaded hand of trainings and with mentals. It's just crazy. We'll discard 1 card and then we'll get Larvamon up to just gain some memory back to just try to choke them at 1. And then we're just going to draw a bunch of cards too. So this field is very much punishable by Death X a little bit, but we're going to get rid of Pummel Whack to grab a card and draw a card. So, I mean, they can punish us with Death X, which is fine. Yep, here comes the Death X. So they'll Digivolve us, but because of the board states currently is, we have lethal. So that's going to be vital here. We're going to attack with the Gaze first. It dies. Then we're going to attack with the Merva. That doesn't die, but we got 2 more attacks in, and we kind of just percent lethal for game. So that was game 2. Now game 3, all apported. So our hand's actually quite keepable, and this is really solid. So let's see what our opponent is playing. We're going to hatch a Sune to go into Larva. Then we have the purple memory boost. We're going to grab a piece here. We're going to grab the blue Mara because that's vitally important just to have the line. Pieces are found later. Oh, we got the Koromon. Ooh, this is a Agumon. So this might be a Shine Greymon matchup is what I'm thinking. TK. So TK comes down, grabs a piece that he needs. He grabs the Zephyrmon. So finding that out makes it so that we know that this is a hybrid deck. So yellow hybrid. So pretty solid here. We're just going to set up our trainings because they don't have anything. They play down Marcus. We're just going to build up board state, and now our hand is completely the nuts. We're going to leave in raising, though, because it's not smart to move up here yet, just because I want to make sure our board state is just fine. So we're just going to use the training to grab a piece. So they're going to start punching us, and that's fine, actually. We don't mind this. So Agumon's going to do Agumon things, making Marcus punch a boy. So we get rid of the Marcus with our security, which is good because Marcus can get really scary quickly. And we get rid of the Agumon follow-up play. So he plays down Marcus, the big Marcus boy, with no memory gain shenanigans here. So we're going to promote up now, and we're going to go combo. So we're going to Digivolve here, Ogremon for free. Then we're going to pop to gain 2 memory. We're going to go with Blue Mara, go for 1. Then we're going to draw 2, discard Saber, Ignite, because we're just going to follow up with gain memory, draw a card. We're going to pop this to go 4. Then we're going to go Anubis. So we're going to make this a really hard challenge for him. Get rid of Pummel Whack, and we're going to get rid of Merva and Levi. So we're going to play Merva, Ignite combo, which is going to make them have a bad day. You know, draw a card for Pummel Whack, you know, gain a memory, and then gain a memory. So play 2 cards because then we're going to draw a bunch of cards. We're going to get Saber, but we're just going to, we only have Saber. I've miscounted on trashing. So swing in, we have Lunke. Lunke's going to get rid of the Anubis. I am feeling this is probably the right play. So smart play was that. We're going to just Digivolve here into Blue Mara just to set up because we do have a follow-up play. So tossing the 2 cards, getting our trash ready for Mervamon replay. So Digivolves Agumon on top of the Koro, and then tries to minus the board with 2 Marcuses. Gets rid of the ultimate, which is fine. Doing right plays here, but not enough to get everything. So we grab the blue Mara back. We're going to hatch. We're going to Digivolve in Raising with the Psychmon. And then we have Pummel Whack. So there's quite a few things. We're going to Digivolve into Ogremon. We're going to attack into the security just to do some threats. And then we're going to do Wisdom Training. There we go, Anubis follow back. So we're solid here. We can just go right for a Anubismon play follow-up turn. So I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are too. He's debating on if he's going to promote up here, which is fine. Go ahead. Promotes up. Agumon gains them the memory, but no really threat here. They can Digivolve on top of them with their hybrid shenanigans and do stuff like that. So they go into Kaze and then Zephyr just to make their security a little bit more beefier, but we don't really care because we spit out such a wide board. And let's see if they can handle it. Ooh, they just gave us the key to victory. We got purple Memboost. We're solid. And then they're going to grab hopefully another Tamer off of this deal. If they don't, yep, they grab TK. Hopefully this makes their security really scary, because if not, we're about to cakewalk this. They added Zephyr, so we promote Ogre. We're going to pop the Mem Boost and then do the training shenanigans. We're going to go Blue Mara on top of the Ogre because this is the combo. Wow, we got 2 Pummel Whacks and we discard... Yeah, we're going to do both Pummel Wax just to draw 2 cards. Yeah, we're getting close to decking ourselves out here, but that's fine. You know, the amount of draw we're going to do, we're presenting lethal this turn anyway. So we're going to go Anubis. Anubis is going to do what Anubis wants to do. We're going to discard 2 cards, Ignite and Merva and Gaze. So we're going to toss these 2 cards. Then we're going to play Merva for a reduced cost. We're going to Digicross with Trash with Ignite. And this is where it gets just stupid. Gain memory. We're going to just pop, you know, get rid of their board state. You know, wide board, gain memory. Use play on Trash. We'll play Soul and Saber, because why not? And then pop their last threat. So we have to kill them this turn, and that's kind of just what's going to happen here. So Crimson Blaze, we lost 1 piece, but that's fine. But we do have Saber. And then we swing in again. And that would have cost us the game here, but we're pretty solid. I mean, we could just set up like with Ruin Mode, I'm debating, but there's plenty of options. We're going to play Psychmon down, so they have to remove all 3 threats, and most likely it's not going to happen. Hormon digivolves into Agumon from there, and yeah. What are you going to do here? What are you going to do here? Not really much options. Just slams down the Gallantmon and just passes turn and giving us the win. So, yeah, Psychmon just shut down their one and only out. So, attack. Game. So, guys, what did you think of this deck profile presentation? Do you guys like this style? Hopefully, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!